When most people think of probiotics, they think of gut health. And while it's true that probiotics play a crucial role in digestion and nutrient absorption, what's often overlooked is just how deeply gut health and vascular health are connected, especially as we age. For older adults, supporting the integrity of blood vessels, the inner lining of arteries and veins, can make the difference between strong circulation and a slow path toward high blood pressure, stiff arteries, or even stroke. And it all starts in the gut. Recent studies have shown that the balance of microbes in the digestive tract influences inflammation, blood pressure regulation, cholesterol levels, and even arterial elasticity. When your gut microbiome is thriving, it helps keep harmful bacteria and inflammatory markers in check, both of which are known to weaken blood vessel walls over time. A healthy gut environment can also improve nitric oxide production, helping vessels dilate properly and support healthy blood flow to the brain, heart, and extremities. That's where probiotic-rich foods come in. These are natural, fermented foods containing live, beneficial bacteria that help restore and maintain microbial balance. But beyond soothing digestion, many probiotic foods contain specific strains of bacteria that produce compounds beneficial to the vascular system, like short-chain fatty acids, bioactive peptides, and natural anti-inflammatories. When consumed regularly, they can help lower blood pressure, reduce oxidative stress, and preserve endothelial function, key to keeping arteries flexible and strong. In this video, we'll explore 6 powerful probiotic foods that support vascular integrity from the inside out. Each one brings its own unique benefits, and they're all easy to add to your routine, whether you prefer savory dishes, snacks, or refreshing drinks. We'll also share stories from older adults across the United States who've embraced these foods and experienced real improvements in their heart and vessel health. Let's begin with one of the most researched and time-honored probiotic superstars, one that pours easily into your morning glass. Probiotic food number 1, Kefir. The drinkable probiotic that strengthens arteries and soothes inflammation. Among all probiotic-rich foods, kefir stands out as one of the most potent and versatile choices for older adults looking to support vascular health. Often referred to as drinkable yogurt, kefir is a fermented milk beverage made with live kefir grains, a combination of yeast and bacteria that work together to produce a tangy, slightly effervescent drink rich in probiotics, vitamins, and bioactive compounds. But beyond its digestive benefits, kefir has been shown to protect the endothelial lining of blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and even help regulate blood pressure, making it a powerful ally for seniors concerned about cardiovascular integrity. What makes kefir so unique is the diversity of its microbial strains. While regular yogurt may contain 2 to 3 strains of bacteria, kefir can contain up to 30 different types of beneficial microorganisms, including several that produce short-chain fatty acids and peptides, known to improve blood vessel flexibility and reduce oxidative stress. These properties are especially important for aging blood vessels, which tend to lose elasticity over time, one of the root causes of high blood pressure and atherosclerosis. Kefir is also a natural source of vitamin K2, a lesser-known nutrient that helps prevent calcium buildup in the arteries. When calcium accumulates in arterial walls, it contributes to stiffness and plaque formation. K2 works in tandem with vitamin D to ensure that calcium is deposited in the bones, not in the blood vessels. For seniors with a history of calcification or borderline hypertension, adding kefir to the diet can offer a gentle but effective form of nutritional support. Let's take the story of Wendell "Wen" Parslow, a 77-year-old former antique dealer from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Wendell had been managing borderline high blood pressure for several years and was wary of starting another medication. He also had occasional digestive issues and often felt bloated after meals. His daughter, a nurse practitioner, suggested kefir as a two-in-one solution for gut and heart health. Skeptical but willing, Wendell started drinking half a cup of plain kefir each morning with breakfast. He added it to smoothies, poured it over granola, and sometimes drank it straight with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Within 8 weeks, not only had his digestion improved, but his blood pressure readings dropped by an average of 10 points, and he noticed less swelling in his ankles, which his doctor attributed to improved circulation. His follow-up lab work showed reduced inflammatory markers, and his energy throughout the day felt steadier. It was a quiet change, Wendell said. Nothing flashy, just a little glass that made a big difference. Scientific studies echo Wendell's results. A randomized clinical trial published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that individuals who consumed kefir daily for 12 weeks had significantly lower blood pressure and C-reactive protein (CRP) levels, both of which are markers of vascular stress. Other studies have shown kefir's ability to increase nitric oxide availability, which improves vasodilation and helps the arteries remain pliable under pressure. For seniors new to kefir, it's best to start with plain, unsweetened varieties, as added sugars can negate some of the heart health benefits. You can enjoy it alone, blend it with berries and leafy greens, or use it as a base for overnight oats or salad dressings. And because kefir is often more tolerable than milk for those with lactose sensitivity, it can be a gentle option even for individuals with mild dairy intolerance. If you're looking for an easy, daily habit to support the integrity of your blood vessels, soothe inflammation, and aid digestion at the same time, kefir is a simple, effective first step. Just a few sips a day could bring lasting benefits, one glass closer to a stronger, more flexible heart. Probiotic food number 2, sauerkraut. The crunchy, gut-friendly ferment that supports vascular resilience. Crisp, tangy, and loaded with beneficial bacteria, sauerkraut is more than just a condiment for sandwiches or sausages. It's a centuries-old superfood that offers remarkable cardiovascular benefits, especially for seniors. Made from fermented cabbage, sauerkraut is rich in naturally occurring probiotics, as well as antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin K2, and fiber. When consumed regularly, sauerkraut has been shown to reduce systemic inflammation, improve endothelial function, and even modulate cholesterol levels, all of which are key to preserving vascular integrity as we age. What makes sauerkraut such a valuable addition to a heart-conscious diet is the way it supports both gut health and arterial health simultaneously. The lactic acid bacteria created during the fermentation process help restore balance in the gut microbiome, which in turn lowers levels of inflammatory compounds in the bloodstream. Inflammation is one of the driving forces behind arterial stiffness, plaque formation, and high blood pressure. So tackling it at the source, the gut, can make a profound difference. In addition, sauerkraut contains glucosinolates, compounds found in cruciferous vegetables that are known to support detoxification and reduce oxidative stress. These plant compounds have been linked to better endothelial function, which helps the arteries remain supple and reactive, an essential feature of healthy circulation and stable blood pressure in older adults. Let's take the story of Calder Cal Simpkins, an 81-year-old former postal worker from Pueblo, Colorado. After a minor stroke 2 years ago, Cal was determined to take more control over his diet and lifestyle. Though he already exercised and cut back on salt, he was still dealing with mild hypertension and high LDL cholesterol. A nutritionist at his local senior center recommended incorporating fermented vegetables, particularly sauerkraut, into his meals. Skeptical at first, Cal agreed to try it. He began by adding a heaping tablespoon of raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut to his lunch each day, usually as a side to a turkey sandwich or mixed into a salad. Over time, he actually began to crave the tangy crunch. After 3 months, his doctor noted a modest but meaningful drop in both systolic blood pressure and LDL levels, as well as improved CRP, C-reactive protein markers, a sign of reduced vascular inflammation. Cal also said he felt less heavy and more regular, noting better digestion and more stable energy throughout the day. "I never thought cabbage would help my heart," he said, "but this stuff works." And Cal's experience aligns with emerging science. A study published in Nutrients found that fermented vegetables were associated with reduced arterial stiffness and improved blood pressure regulation in older adults. Another study highlighted that the probiotics found in sauerkraut enhanced short-chain fatty acid production, which in turn supported lower systemic inflammation and improved endothelial health, critical factors for anyone managing cardiovascular risk. To get the most benefit, it's important to choose raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut, the kind found in the refrigerated section of health food stores or farmers markets. Pasteurized versions, which are shelf-stable, often lack the live cultures necessary for probiotic activity. Look for products with just a few simple ingredients: cabbage, salt, and thyme. Or consider making your own at home, which allows you to control the fermentation process and flavor. For seniors who are new to sauerkraut, start small. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons a day is enough to provide meaningful probiotic support. You can enjoy it as a side dish, stir it into soups after cooking, or pair it with eggs, beans, or roasted vegetables. Its bold flavor and crunchy texture make it a satisfying, heart-smart addition to nearly any meal. If you're looking for a simple, no-cook way to nourish your arteries, reduce inflammation, and support a healthy gut-brain-heart connection, sauerkraut might just be the most powerful vegetable you're not eating yet. Add it to your plate and let your heart reap the rewards. Probiotic food number 3, miso, the savory paste that nourishes arteries and balances blood pressure. Warm, savory, and deeply rooted in centuries of Japanese tradition, miso is more than just the base for a comforting soup. It's a probiotic-rich food with a powerful impact on cardiovascular health, particularly for seniors. Made by fermenting soybeans and sometimes rice or barley with a beneficial mold called Aspergillus oryzae, miso contains live probiotic cultures, essential amino acids, and bioactive peptides that support vascular flexibility, reduce arterial inflammation, and help balance blood pressure. What sets miso apart is its combination of fermented soybean compounds and beneficial microbes. During fermentation, soy proteins are broken down into peptides that have been shown to inhibit angiotensin-converting enzyme, ACE, the very enzyme that causes blood vessels to constrict and raise blood pressure. This ACE inhibitory action is similar to how some blood pressure medications work, but miso offers this benefit naturally as part of a flavorful and nutrient-dense food. Miso also contains isoflavones, a class of phytoestrogens found in soy, which have been associated with lower LDL cholesterol, improved endothelial function, and reduced oxidative stress. These isoflavones, combined with the probiotics generated during fermentation, help maintain the health of the endothelial lining of arteries, keeping them more elastic and responsive, a critical feature for maintaining healthy circulation and preventing arterial stiffening with age. Let's explore the experience of Halston Hal Cresswell, a 74-year-old retired geography professor from Missoula, Montana. After being diagnosed with early-stage hypertension and mild carotid artery plaque, Hal's doctor suggested he make some dietary adjustments to support his vascular health. Always a lover of global cuisine, Hal decided to explore traditional Japanese recipes, and that's when he discovered miso. He began by making miso soup with wakame seaweed, tofu, and green onions several times a week. He also started experimenting with miso marinades for baked vegetables and even used it to add umami depth to salad dressings. After about 2 months of regular miso consumption, just 1 to 2 tablespoons at a time, Hal returned for a checkup. His systolic blood pressure had dropped by 12 points, and his carotid ultrasound showed no further progression of plaque buildup. He reported feeling more energetic, especially in the mornings, and said that cooking with miso became a calming, joyful part of his weekly rhythm. "It's like heart medicine disguised as comfort food," he said with a smile. And Hal's results are supported by research. A study in the American Journal of Hypertension found that regular miso consumption was associated with lower blood pressure and better salt sensitivity management, meaning that even though miso contains sodium, its fermentation properties and bioactive compounds help counteract sodium's usual blood pressure-raising effects. Another study published in Food and Function demonstrated that miso peptides significantly improved vascular relaxation and nitric oxide production, both of which support healthy blood vessel function in older adults. For seniors concerned about sodium intake, it's important to note that miso's health benefits often outweigh its salt content, especially when consumed in moderation. A small amount, a tablespoon or two, goes a long way in flavoring soups, sauces, and dressings. And when paired with vegetables, seaweed, or legumes, miso creates a deeply nourishing meal that supports both gut health and vascular strength. To prepare miso without destroying its probiotics, avoid boiling it directly. Instead, add miso paste to warm, not boiling, water or broth after cooking is complete. This preserves the live cultures and ensures you're getting the full probiotic benefit. Whether you enjoy it in a soothing bowl of soup, as a glaze for roasted sweet potatoes, or stirred into a warm grain bowl, miso offers a simple, delicious way to nourish your arteries and strengthen your heart from the inside out. It's a savory ally in the fight against inflammation and stiffening arteries, and a satisfying addition to any senior's heart-smart routine. Probiotic food number 4, tempeh. The firm, fermented protein that fortifies arteries and fights inflammation. For seniors seeking a heart-smart protein that also delivers powerful probiotic benefits, tempeh is a standout choice. Originating from Indonesia, tempeh is made by fermenting cooked soybeans with a mold called Rhizopus oligosporus, forming a firm, cake-like texture that's nutty, earthy, and incredibly versatile. But beyond its reputation as a plant-based meat substitute, tempeh offers a remarkable profile of nutrients, probiotics, and fermentation-driven compounds that support vascular health in profound ways. At the core of tempeh's cardiovascular benefits is its fermentation process. Fermentation pre-digests soy proteins and fibers, making the nutrients easier to absorb, particularly important for older adults with slower digestion. During this process, the probiotic cultures produce enzymes and bioactive peptides that have been shown to reduce systemic inflammation, support endothelial flexibility, and enhance nitric oxide production, which helps arteries dilate and maintain smooth blood flow. Tempeh is also a rich source of plant-based protein, magnesium, phosphorus, and calcium, which all contribute to maintaining healthy arterial tone and muscular strength, key components of cardiovascular resilience. In addition, like miso, tempeh contains soy isoflavones, which research has repeatedly linked to lower LDL cholesterol, improved vascular elasticity, and reduced oxidative damage to blood vessels. To illustrate tempeh's impact, meet Nori Fellsworth, an 85-year-old retired mechanical engineer from Bismarck, North Dakota. After his second angioplasty, Nori was placed on a strict, low-sodium, low-saturated fat diet, but he found most of the options bland and unsatisfying. His daughter, a vegan nutritionist living in Oregon, introduced him to tempeh, not just for its protein, but for its heart benefits. Nori started slowly, slicing tempeh thin and marinating it in balsamic vinegar, garlic, and rosemary before pan-searing it with olive oil. He added it to stir-fries, laid it over quinoa bowls, and even used it in sandwiches. After 10 weeks of incorporating tempeh into his diet 2 to 3 times a week, his lipid profile improved dramatically. A 15-point drop in LDL, a small rise in HDL, and better post-meal blood pressure stability. Even more surprising, his energy returned, and he began walking longer distances with less fatigue. I thought it was just healthy tofu, Nori said, but it turns out it's my new best friend. And the science agrees. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that fermented soy products like tempeh significantly reduced arterial stiffness and improved endothelial function in older adults with early signs of hypertension. Another clinical trial showed that daily intake of fermented soy proteins led to improved nitric oxide bioavailability, reduced vascular inflammation, and lowered oxidized LDL levels, a particularly harmful form of cholesterol that damages blood vessels. One of tempeh's most practical advantages is its firm texture and cooking flexibility. Unlike many other fermented foods, tempeh can be grilled, baked, stir-fried, or even crumbled into chili and stews, making it ideal for seniors who enjoy savory meals with substance. It also holds up well in meal prep, so it can be cooked in batches and enjoyed throughout the week. For those trying tempeh for the first time, it's best to start with lightly seasoned versions and experiment with different marinades or sauces. You'll get the probiotic benefits, heart-friendly proteins, and anti-inflammatory compounds all in one delicious bite. In short, tempeh is far more than a meat alternative. It's a vascular ally, delivering both nourishment and protection in a compact, flavorful form. For seniors focused on strengthening their arteries, regulating cholesterol, and maintaining energy, tempeh offers a satisfying and science-backed way to stay strong, inside and out. Probiotic food number 5, kombucha, the sparkling tea that supports arterial flexibility and fights oxidative stress. Effervescent, tart, and refreshingly light, kombucha has surged in popularity in recent years, but its health roots run deep. Made by fermenting sweetened tea with a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, often referred to as a SCOBY, kombucha is a naturally carbonated beverage that's rich in probiotics, polyphenols, B vitamins, and organic acids. For seniors looking to improve heart health and protect blood vessels, kombucha offers a gentle drinkable way to support vascular function, reduce arterial stiffness, and lower oxidative stress. At the heart of kombucha's vascular benefits are its live probiotic strains, which help balance the gut microbiome, an important regulator of systemic inflammation and immune response. As inflammation decreases, the blood vessels become less prone to damage and plaque formation. Kombucha also contains acetic acid, glucuronic acid, and gluconic acid, which help detoxify the bloodstream and improve liver function, indirectly supporting healthy cholesterol balance and reducing the burden on the cardiovascular system. Another key feature is the presence of tea-derived polyphenols, particularly from green or black tea, which are powerful antioxidants. These compounds have been shown in numerous studies to enhance endothelial function, reduce LDL oxidation, and improve nitric oxide production, which promotes vasodilation, helping arteries remain elastic and responsive. Consider the story of Winifred "Winnie" Mays, a 78-year-old retired jazz vocalist from Flagstaff, Arizona. Winnie had long struggled with fluctuating blood pressure and low energy. Though she walked regularly and ate a fairly clean diet, her cardiologist encouraged her to find ways to reduce oxidative stress and improve vascular elasticity. Her granddaughter, a health coach, suggested she try replacing her afternoon soda habit with kombucha. Winnie was intrigued. She started sipping on half a bottle of kombucha in the early afternoon, favoring green tea-based flavors like ginger lime or hibiscus berry. After just 6 weeks, she noticed fewer energy crashes, less bloating, and improved hydration. More significantly, her blood pressure readings became more stable, and her next lipid panel showed a reduction in triglyceride levels and a slight increase in HDL. "I never thought something fizzy could actually help my heart," Winnie laughed, "but it gives me pep without the guilt." Scientific studies support these kinds of outcomes. A review in Antioxidants highlighted kombucha's ability to reduce LDL oxidation and lipid peroxidation, both of which contribute to atherosclerosis. Another study published in Nutrition Research showed that kombucha fermented with green tea resulted in improved endothelial relaxation and lowered blood pressure markers in subjects with metabolic syndrome, conditions often seen in older adults. One important note: kombucha is mildly acidic and does contain a small amount of natural caffeine and sugar. For seniors managing blood sugar or acid reflux, it's best to start with small servings, about 4 to 6 ounces per day, and monitor your body's response. Look for low-sugar varieties under 5 grams per serving and avoid pasteurized kombucha, as the beneficial probiotics may be reduced or destroyed during processing. Kombucha can be enjoyed chilled straight from the bottle, over ice with lemon, or mixed with sparkling water for a lighter drink. Some seniors even enjoy using it as a base for mocktails with fresh herbs or citrus. It's a great alternative to soda or overly sweet juices, offering hydration with a functional twist. Ultimately, kombucha delivers a unique blend of gut healing, artery supporting, and antioxidant-rich benefits in every fizzy sip. For seniors aiming to protect their blood vessels while enjoying something light, flavorful, and revitalizing, this ancient fermented tea could be just the thing your heart has been thirsting for. Probiotic food number 6, yogurt, a timeless staple that defends blood vessels and enhances heart resilience. Among all probiotic-rich foods, yogurt remains one of the most widely consumed, and for good reason. Its creamy texture, mild flavor, and wide availability make it a senior-friendly staple. But beyond taste and convenience, yogurt delivers meaningful benefits for vascular integrity, blood pressure regulation, and arterial protection, especially when it contains live and active cultures. Yogurt is typically made by fermenting milk with specific bacterial strains, most commonly Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus. Many high-quality yogurts also include added strains like Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium, which are known to modulate immune response, reduce inflammation, and support the gut-heart axis. A thriving gut microbiome reduces the body's inflammatory burden, helping to keep the inner lining of the arteries, the endothelium, flexible, smooth, and free from plaque buildup. In addition to its probiotic properties, yogurt is naturally rich in calcium, potassium, magnesium, and protein, all of which contribute to lowering blood pressure and supporting arterial tone. Potassium in particular helps counteract the effects of sodium by promoting vasodilation and encouraging the kidneys to excrete excess salt, 2 key processes for seniors dealing with hypertension or fluid retention. Let's meet Daryl Dax Mondragon, a 79-year-old retired railroad mechanic from Topeka, Kansas. Dax had struggled for years with high blood pressure and was wary of relying solely on medications to keep it under control. After reading about probiotics and vascular health in a magazine at his local clinic, he decided to make a simple change. Start eating a cup of plain Greek yogurt every morning. At first, he paired it with berries and a few crushed walnuts. Then he began using it as a base for dips, salad dressings, and even a topping for baked potatoes. Within 2 months, Dax noticed he was feeling lighter, his digestion improved, and his systolic blood pressure readings dropped by nearly 12 points. His primary care physician also noticed an improvement in his HDL cholesterol and a reduction in CRP levels, markers of inflammation in the blood. "It's nothing fancy," Dax said, "but it's the one thing I do every day that makes my heart feel like it's getting a little extra help." Scientific research backs Dax's experience. A large cohort study published in the American Journal of Hypertension found that older adults who consumed yogurt at least 2 times per week had significantly lower blood pressure and a reduced risk of cardiovascular events. Another study from the Journal of Dairy Science showed that daily intake of probiotic yogurt improved endothelial function and lowered arterial stiffness in participants with elevated cholesterol. When choosing yogurt for vascular health, it's important to look for labels that say, contains live and active cultures. Avoid versions that are heavily sweetened or artificially flavored, as excess sugar can counteract the anti-inflammatory benefits. Plain Greek or Icelandic yogurt varieties offer higher protein and lower carbohydrate content, making them especially beneficial for blood sugar and weight management as well. For seniors with lactose intolerance, yogurt is often more tolerable than milk due to the fermentation process, which breaks down much of the lactose. And for those following a plant-based diet, there are also non-dairy probiotic yogurts made from almond, coconut, oat, or soy milk. Just be sure they are fortified and include live cultures. Yogurt can be eaten on its own, blended into smoothies, mixed into savory sauces, or even frozen into healthy snacks. It's flexible, familiar, and endlessly customizable. But most importantly, it's one of the few foods that nourishes the heart and gut at the same time, providing a daily dose of both comfort and protection. For older adults looking to support healthy arteries, reduce inflammatory load, and maintain better blood pressure control, a simple cup of yogurt might be one of the most powerful tools in your kitchen. As we grow older, protecting our arteries and maintaining strong circulation becomes more than just a health goal, it becomes a daily necessity. The heart, brain, and every cell in the body depend on healthy blood vessels to deliver oxygen, nutrients, and vitality. And while medications and exercise certainly play a role, the foods we choose each day can either support that mission or silently work against it. What the latest science is showing us is powerful. Gut health and vascular health are deeply interconnected. When the gut microbiome is balanced and nourished with probiotic-rich foods, the body experiences less systemic inflammation, better blood pressure regulation, more efficient cholesterol metabolism, and improved endothelial function. And all of that means arteries that are more elastic, more responsive, and more resilient, even with age. The 6 probiotic foods we explored, kefir, sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, kombucha, and yogurt, each offer a unique pathway to support this goal. Whether you're sipping something fizzy, enjoying a savory miso broth, or topping your breakfast with a scoop of yogurt, these everyday foods deliver extraordinary benefits. They don't just improve digestion, they help protect the very vessels that keep your heart beating strong. Take it from the seniors we met along the way. Wendell, Cal, Hal, Nori, Winnie, and Dax, each of whom embraced these simple dietary changes and experienced real, measurable improvements in their cardiovascular health. These weren't extreme diets or expensive regimens. They were small shifts with powerful results. So now, the next step is yours. Which of these probiotic foods will you try first? Which one might become a new staple in your kitchen? If you found this video helpful or inspiring, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what's working for you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to ActiveHealthCare, your trusted companion in heart-healthy living, smart nutrition, and empowered aging. Every meal is a new opportunity. Every bite is a chance to support your heart and your future. We're here to walk that journey with you, one delicious, probiotic-powered step at a time.